When she first came to us, she was exhausted. Her calendar was full, her content was constant, and her sales were inconsistent. Every post was a new mini launch, every conversation another attempt to explain her value. She wasn't failing. She was simply over-explaining. And over-explaining is the death of luxury positioning. What she didn't realize was that her brilliance had turned into background noise. She was doing too much of the right thing, the wrong way. So we did something counterintuitive. We cut everything. No more value posts. No more carousel explanations. No more trying to justify why her offer was worth it. We rebuilt her brand like an editorial campaign. Minimal words, deliberate design, magnetic confidence. We removed every piece of copy that felt like persuasion and replaced it with precision. And within 60 days, her conversion rate tripled. Because when you stop selling like you're trying to prove something, people finally believe you. Luxury isn't about convincing, it's about calibrating. We called it the power of precision, and it's become one of the core philosophies behind our signature program. Most entrepreneurs think they have a marketing problem when, really, they have a messaging discipline problem. They talk too much, give too much, explain too much. They think the more words they use, the more credibility they earn. But in reality, the more you explain, the less authority you hold. It's why luxury brands rarely use words. Their silence is strategic. Their restraint is proof of confidence. Every luxury campaign operates on the same unspoken principle. Mystique converts faster than mechanics. That's what we built into her brand. And it's why her next 3 launches did something she never thought possible. They grew, while her workload shrank. She learned that simplicity isn't passive, it's power. The discipline of saying less forces your audience to lean in. It invites curiosity instead of resistance. It positions you as the prize. Think of it like a private club. No one begs you to join, you want to be invited. That's how your brand should feel. Like access, not advertising. Inside our signature program, we help clients translate that concept into an entire business structure. Their offers, systems, and messaging all get re-engineered for elegance, so that every element, from their website to their delivery, speaks the same refined language of authority. Because when your brand starts behaving like a category of one, clients stop comparing you to everyone else. They just decide they want you. But there's another part of this story most people miss. When we stripped back her marketing, she was terrified. She thought the silence would make her invisible. But it did the opposite. Her audience started listening. For the first time, they weren't distracted by information. They were drawn in by intention. Her visuals began doing the talking for her. Her website became her best salesperson. Because great design doesn't just look beautiful, it creates belief. That's why, alongside her messaging work, we upgraded her entire digital presence using one of our premium templates from the Luxentrepreneur template shop. She chose a layout built for coaches and consultants selling high-ticket offers, and suddenly, everything about her business felt elevated. It wasn't just about aesthetics, it was about energy. When your brand looks as refined as the experience you deliver, people assume you're in demand. That assumption becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. She once told us, "I didn't change my offer. I changed the way people felt when they looked at it." That's the real transformation. When your brand alignment catches up with your internal identity, your clients can finally see what you've been trying to say all along. Saying less works because it forces coherence. It requires you to decide what actually matters. And when everything in your business, from your message to your margins, finally aligns, your brand stops whispering and starts resonating. So here's the truth most entrepreneurs avoid. You can't outright misalignment. You can't outpost confusion. And you can't out-explain insecurity. When your brand still feels like you're trying to convince, you haven't yet stepped into conviction. That's why inside our signature program, we combine strategy with refinement. We help founders design systems and messaging that sell through quiet confidence, not constant output. Because real scale doesn't come from saying more. It comes from saying what matters and saying it beautifully. If you've been working harder and explaining louder, your next breakthrough isn't about effort. It's about editing. Simplify your systems, refine your visuals, and watch your revenue multiply. Not because you added complexity, but because you finally removed the noise that was blocking your audience from seeing your brilliance. When your words, visuals, and delivery all say the same thing, this is the standard. Your audience doesn't need convincing. They just need a link. If you're ready to build a brand that commands attention without shouting for it, explore our signature program, where strategy meets sophistication and founders learn the psychology of simplicity that sells. Or, if you're ready to elevate your online presence instantly, browse the Luxentrepreneur template shop, where every design is built to look and convert like a 5-figure custom site for a fraction of the cost. Because sometimes, saying less isn't about doing less. It's about designing better. That's what turns noise into narrative and visibility into value.